In this video, we will talk about the potential of Doflamingo in the OP04 metagame. As of right now, we are still in the OP04 spoiler season, but two cards that caught my attention were these two cards, 10 cost Kaido and Gum Red Rock. So this is a 10 cost Kaido, it has 12,000 attack, effect is on play, can return up to one 8 cost character or lower, and cost 3 or lower character back to the owner's hand. And the next card is Gum Red Rock. Effect is place one character back to the bottom of the owner's deck for 6 Dawn. Essentially a stronger version of 3000 Worlds. Currently, Doffy or blue decks in general, they struggle against green and yellow decks, especially in the late game. This is because we don't have answers to their boss characters such as 8 cost Kid, Oden, and even their 10 cost Mom. The main reason is we didn't have an efficient way of removing threats. Our only form of removal are the 7 cost Doffy, Sogeking, Sables, 3000 Worlds and Mihawk. The problem with these removals is that it only affects character with 7 cost or lower. So prior to the release of Red Rock and Kaido, we don't have an answer to characters with 8 cost or higher. However, right now we have our own removal and a boss character. I personally feel any blue deck should be running 4 copies of Kaido and Red Rock. In fact, the 3 blue staples moving forward should be 4 3000 Worlds, 4 Red Rock and 4 Kaido. I'm not sure if the full set list is out by the time this video is released, but I feel these 2 cards is more than enough to push Doffy into a higher tier than it is at right now. So here's my deck list for Doffy in OP04. Of course, when we get more cards that could benefit this deck, I'll make an updated list, but for now, this is my list. So firstly, we are running 4 Doffy. This is our standard engine along with 4 Peronas. We use these 2 cards to stack our deck and arrange them accordingly to pull off our Doffy's effect. Next, we are playing our Boa Hancock, which is our go-to character. By using Doffy's effect, we can cheat out all these 7 Warlords of the Sea characters, and we are playing a couple of them. We are playing 4 Boa Hancock, 4 Gecko Moria, 4 Jinbei, 4 Gecko Moria, 4 Dracul Mihawk, and 2 Marshall D. Teach. Next, we are playing our 2k counter, which is 4 Kaya. Kaya is good in this deck because you're able to look at the top few cards of your deck, and then if there's a card that you really want, you can just arrange it to the top and then play Kaya down to draw them. So it is also a good 2k counter. And our next 2k counter is Sasaki. Sasaki is a new card from the OP04. Effect is on play, return all cards in your hand back to the deck. Basically, you mulligan. Typically, you wouldn't want to play this, but on the off chance that you got a really terrible hand and it's really unplayable, and this is the only card that you can play, then I guess you have an out to your bad hand. But otherwise, typically it's only used for 2k counter. So in total, we are playing 10 we are playing 10 2k. And what's good about this Dracul Mihawk 2k counter is it can be recycled by Gecko Moria. And then next, our only boss monster, we are playing 4 Kaido. Right now, Mihawk is outclassed by Kaido in terms of attack power and tempo play, so I feel there's no need to include Mihawk in any blue decks moving forward. It has a bigger body, and the tempo play, it returns 2 character back to the opponent's hand, while Mihawk just bottom decks 1 and only has 9000 attack. And lastly, and we are playing 2 Trafalgar Law. This 2 slots is actually quite flexible. You can swap it for any other cards. And I'm considering on adding more Teach, maybe 3 or 4. I'll explain why later. And then lastly, our last 8 cards would be the 8 removals, which is 4 3000 Worlds and 4 Gum Red Rock. So before OP04, I did not include Blackbeard in my deck list, but I decided to include it now. It is because there are a couple of great 3-cost target that see play in the current format and in the foreseeable meta. For example, we have the new Kairos, Perospero, Okiku, Doflamingo, Fukuro, and more. Usually Doffy would want to go first, but with this current build, I feel it's better to go second, as the curve is much smoother. Being able to play tank cost Kaido on turn 5 is really good, as well as if you whiff your Perona on turn 1, you can just play out your 4 cost 7 Warlords from your hand. Red Rock and 3000 Worlds both being 4 cost and 6 cost also fits your curve nicely. So typically I will save my 3000 Worlds on annoying cards like Borsalino, 5 cost Law, Sabo, both Marco. Typically you want to use this on 5 cost characters or 4 cost, those that is rather sticky or you're having trouble to clear them. And then you would only want to save your Gum Gum Red Rock for anything above 8 costs. Or maybe if you're having trouble with a 7 cost character, you can use, but typically I would save them for Kaido. And yeah, this 2 removal is really valuable in this deck, so it's best to save them and only use them when you really need to. I still feel Doffy will lose to Law Leader just because of the deck's efficiency, being able to tutor cards so easily with many different searches and easily filling up their board to pull off the leader's effect. That's why we include Jinbei and Blackbeard to hopefully help out with the matchup and build slow down the tempo of the game. So right now many players are expecting the OP04 format to slow down, so there are cards that can potentially be added into this deck, such as 6 cost Law and Mihawk, and because they are 6 cost, they also fit perfectly with this deck's curve. And with that, if you've enjoyed this video or find this useful, do drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter where I post more One Piece TCG content, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.